Is your wife filing for divorce and you're wondering what are the chances of reconciling? Well, brother, you're in the right place. Today I'm going to be covering the reason why women file for divorce and, more importantly, 3 steps you need to take to prevent divorce. Now, if we haven't met each other before, my name's Luke Finn and I'm the founder of the ARC system, helping hundreds of dads avoid divorce and reconnect with their wife. Now make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel and smash the bell button to be notified each Tuesday when I release a new video. And be sure to stick around to the end of this video to get the opportunity to enroll in my free masterclass. In the masterclass, you're going to get to discover the secret that no one else is talking about to reconciling with your wife, and discover the 4 steps you need to take for your wife to see your change. Now, with all that being said, let's dive right in. So first off, let's look at statistically the 3 most common reasons for women filing for divorce. The first one is infidelity, cheating. There was a study done by the Institute for Family Studies where in the US, where it's found out that there was 16% of divorces were caused by cheating. So infidelity is a big one, but this is what we see at the end when somebody finally files for divorce. There's a lot more going on here that leads somebody to actually cheat in the first place. The second reason for women filing for divorce is communication problems. If you're having issues in your marriage and the issues are stacking, there's an inability to resolve the issues, they stack, it causes resentment, and at some point you or your wife feel like, okay, there's nothing else that I can do here, things are just not going to get better, I need to file for divorce. And the third reason is money problems, like financial stress. If you've ever been there, I've been there. It's not a nice place to be in when you're struggling financially. It puts a hell of a lot of stress on the family, and it makes things more difficult at home because you need to navigate it somehow. And if your marriage isn't rock solid already, this can be the final final straw to break the camel's back that will force her to file for divorce. But guys, here's the thing. These are statistically the 3 reasons for why women file for divorce. But if you've got a rock solid marriage, none of this is going to happen. There's a lot more going on here. The real reason why somebody cheats, or the real reason that somebody decides to file for divorce, are not actually these reasons. Because if you've got a good marriage, a solid marriage, you can get past all of this. If you've got a great marriage, your wife is not going to cheat. If you've got a solid marriage, you're able to communicate effectively and find solutions together. And if you've got a great marriage, even when you hit financially tough times, you got each other's back and you support each other. So this leaves it open to, like, what is the real reason why women file for divorce? And I'm going to tell you. The number 1 reason is complacency. Because when you met your wife, right, you said till death do us part, you love her, and you're going to go through thick and thin, good and bad, you're going to stick together, right? But the thing is, we buy into this whole narrative of we get married and it's going to be like a Disney story and it's all going to be perfect. But let's be honest, guys, that's not the truth, right? We get married, life gets real. We got stressors, we have to work, we're providing for our family, kids come along, that's when things get really real. And we have all these stressors and everything, basically our relationship gets put on the back burner. We got all these other things to deal with, and the relationship, we're like, oh, it's okay, that can wait. And we keep putting it on the back burner, and that's the complacency that causes then marriages to go in a downward spiral. And I hear this from a lot of men, like all of a sudden she just checked out of the marriage. But guys, if your wife's filing for divorce, I guarantee you there's been a long road of attrition. So basically the emotional safety in your marriage, which is required for connection, to be able to resolve issues together and communicate effectively, has been absolutely eroded, right? Over years. The clients that I've had in my program, I can tell you that it's anywhere between 3 to 7 years. Your wife has been unhappy, and she didn't just go all of a sudden. If you got a great wife, she didn't just go all of a sudden, hey, I'm out, I don't want this anymore. There's been a long road of attrition, and now she feels that you just can't change and that there's no hope for the marriage, which is not the case. So, like I was saying, we haven't met each other before, I'm the founder of the ARC system, and the ARC system has helped hundreds of dads reconcile from some of the most dire situations. Like my client Jeremy, when he joined the ARC system, he saved his marriage from his wife talking with the divorce lawyers. They were having constant fights. She literally told him she hated him. He was really frustrated because he couldn't hug her or give her any affection, and he was feeling completely worthless. He came in and enrolled in the ARC system, and within just a few weeks, he started seeing shifts in his marriage. To where he finished the program where he was having the deepest intimacy with his wife in 13 years. His wife saying that she loves him. So he got to hear those words, I love you again. He said everything felt like new. They were laughing and flirting. So he was over the moon. So if you're going through this, if your wife's filed for divorce, you can go and save that marriage. I'm going to tell you exactly how to go about that. And after helping these hundreds of dads so reconcile, I'd be a bit stupid at this point not to see that there's patterns in marriages, marriage is in a downward spiral. And what I've done for you guys today is I've put the 4 phases of a marriage in a downward spiral so you can see where you're at, okay? So this is how it happens in most marriages. So in phase 1 is the best friend. Now this is not where you want to be, guys. You do not want to be in the best friend phase because this is already where your marriage is going in a downward spiral. It's already going downhill. But how you'll know you're in the best friend phase is you've probably got young kids. You can see the man's at the front here. I believe we need to be leading the marriage, guys. This is how we have intimate, connected marriages. We need to be the leaders. We need to be taking the lead in our marriage. And you can see here that in the best friend phase, they're holding, the couple are holding hands. So there's still fondness there. They love each other. But they're raising the kids. All that focus is going on raising the kids, but they've got that vision together of raising the kids together. And the kind of telltale sign you're here is your sex life starts to drop off. The intimacy is dropping off, but you're still fond of each other. And you're like, it's okay. It's just a phase because we're raising the kids. Okay. Then you move into phase 2 with the roommate phase. You can see there's a greater distance here between the man and the wife here. So they're starting to drift. So you'll know you're in the roommate phase when you're having more and more conflict, you're having more and more fights, and it's not getting resolved. The same issues keep coming up. It's the same argument over and over again. Instead of having really great quality time together, you guys are sitting on the couch watching Netflix and you're not really connecting anymore. This is a very dangerous phase to be in, guys. You do not want to be in the roommate phase. And then after a certain amount of time being in the roommate phase, you'll end up in the not in love. So you'll see there's now a bigger gap between the couple here. Your wife will tell you, I'm not in love with you anymore. This has taken years to get to this point. And she's just like, okay, I don't see anything getting better. This is not what I signed up for. And she'll say, I'm not in love. And this is a very difficult situation to be in. And if you don't do something, you end up in phase 4. She says she wants a divorce. And unfortunately, you're there on your own. So that's the downward spiral, guys. I also have a different training on the 4 phases on the road to reconciliation. So there's also a way back from this. So if you want that training, I've covered that in a different training. I'm going to link it up above now. So when you go down in this downward spiral, there's a common mistake that we make, guys. She says she wants a divorce, and what do we do, guys? We panic. We crap ourselves. We're like, this is not what I wanted. You know, I love my wife. I didn't think it was this bad. What can I do? And when we panic, it leads us to make 4 common mistakes, guys. So if you've made these mistakes, let me know, guys, in the comments if you made any of these mistakes. And the good thing is you can come back from it. If you made these mistakes, you can still correct it. It's not too late. So the 4 common mistakes that we make as men when she says she wants a divorce is we start begging and pleading. So please take me back. I can change. I now realize the mistakes. I can change. You know, this doesn't make sense for the kids. They need me around. It doesn't make sense financially. Us splitting up, it'll be bad for everybody. And you're just like begging and pleading. And this just comes across weak and needy, and it just pushes her further and further away. The second thing you do is you become a show pony. So she told you weren't there for emotionally. So you're a smart guy. You kind of reverse engineer that. You go, okay, you know what? That's exactly what I'm going to start doing. So you start opening up, sharing from your heart, wanting to talk about the relationship more. And that just is a really big turn off her because she's told you she's done. She's filed for divorce. She's done. Or you start showing up more around the house, helping out with the kids. She said you weren't around with the kids enough. So you start spending more time around the kids. You start cleaning up around the house more, taking care of chores. And it doesn't help, guys, because in order for you to save your marriage, guys, you need to really change. And this is not real change. By being a show pony, you're just taking actions because you want your wife to see your change, but it's not real change. And your wife knows that intuitively, and she just feels like she's being manipulated because you're not really changing, guys. So don't be a show pony. And the third thing is, you don't see signs of hope. There's so many signs of hope that your wife still loves you and that you can reconcile. But because this is the first time you've been in this place before, and hopefully the last time, you've got this panic and you start like seeing no ways of reconciling. And it's complete bullshit, guys. There are 7 signs that your wife still loves you and you can reconcile. I cover that in another training. I'm going to link that up above now. And the final thing is we do Hail Marys. You do not want to do this, guys. It's where you're like, okay, I'm going to do this one thing and it's going to save the marriage forever. You know, I need to do this one grand gesture. I'm going to organize holidays. It's Valentine's Day. I'm going to get her a big bouquet of flowers, or it's her birthday, or it's our anniversary coming up. I'm going to do a big grand gesture. And guys, that never works. It comes across weak and needy. She's just like, oh my God, is he not getting it? I'm filing for divorce. And he keeps trying. You're just pushing her further and further away. And these Hail Marys can be kind of tricky, guys, because you guys are smart guys. And obviously, when you're in this state of panic, you start trying to look at different ways, whatever way you can to convince your wife that what she's doing is a mistake. So another Hail Mary that I've seen from guys reaching out to me, and you do not want to do this, is where you try and leverage her by using fear to get back into the marriage. I had a guy tell me once, oh, Luke, you know what? I've told my wife, look, I'll give her a space, but if the door's open for another 6 months, if she doesn't check back into the marriage in 6 months, I'm gone. Horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. This is a sign of a weak and needy person trying to get leverage. It never works. It'll push your wife further away. You don't want to do this, but there are ways to, in an empowered manner, move forward and reconcile with your wife. So let's now look at these 3 steps to prevent divorce. The first thing you need to do, guys, and this is what I tell all my clients, I'm literally giving you the advice that I give my clients that enroll in the ARC system. The first thing you need to do is let her know you're working on yourself. Do not tell her, I'm fighting for this marriage no matter what. No, that's just going to be, I know it sounds romantic to you. It's not for her. She's just like, this, why the hell is John not getting into his head that I said I'm done and I'm filing for divorce, right? Let her know what you want to be telling her is, look, I'm focusing on myself now. So regardless of what happens, I'm committed to becoming the best man I can be. So just so you know, you're not going to hear from me as much as you used to. But if you ever need anything, feel free to reach out to me. I'm always available. So what you're not doing here, guys, you'll see out there's this technique called no contact. You don't want to do that. That's horrendous. You'll see dating coaches talking about that out there, as in to try and give your spouse the fear of missing out, FOMO. You don't want to do that. That's horrendous. You want to be, you love your wife. You're a grown up. We're not playing games here. You're just letting her know you're focusing on yourself. And if she needs you, that you are available. And what you're doing here, guys, is you're also planting a seed. You're letting her know, oh, wow. So for her, she's like, oh, wow, he's moving forward. He's focusing on himself regardless. This is the opposite to being a show pony. It's like you're doing this because you want to become better regardless of whether the marriage works out or not. And that for her makes a big sign and a big signal that you're changing. The second thing you need to do, guys, is you need to keep the conversation safe. Stop bringing up the marriage. You know, if you keep bringing up the relationship, you know, that it turns her off and pushes her further and further away. There is a time when you can talk about the relationship. I'm going to link that up above again. There's a training on that 4 phases on the road to reconciliation. I cover it there. I'm going to link it up again for when you can talk about the relationship. But now is not the time. If she's filing for divorce, drop talk of the relationship. What you need to do is focus on safe topics like the kids and logistics. Just keep it safe so she sees, okay, he's not pushing the topic anymore, all right? And the third thing is, guys, is you got to heal. You didn't see this coming. It came out of the left field. It hurts like hell. You've got this, you might be panicking. You've been trying everything. I mean, you're on this video. I want to honor you for watching these videos and showing up. And guys, I got a hell of a lot of videos. Make sure to keep clicking through the videos that I have here that is going to help you get this sorted. But I want to honor you for showing up. But you need to, in order for you to move forward from here, you need to heal. It hurts where you're at. I know it, okay? But following these videos, we're going to get this handled. So you need to heal. And the reason it's important for you to heal is because you've got hurt at the moment, right? And the hurt might be showing up as you can be sad, you can be angry, you might be getting resentful, you might be like panicking. There's lots of different ways that, if the hurt is not healed, you'll start acting out on it. And this will only confirm to your wife that you haven't changed and that it was the right decision for her to file for divorce. You need to heal that pain, brother. You need to heal that pain so that when you start interacting with your wife and she starts opening up again, that she knows, okay, it's a safe place and you can act as an empowered man. So this is so important. This is the first place you need to start, guys. And the great news is that's exactly what you're going to get in my masterclass. So I told you guys at the beginning of this video, you're going to get the opportunity to enroll in my free masterclass. In the free masterclass, brother, you're going to get to start that healing process so you can start showing up as the empowered man your wife needs. You're also going to learn the secret to reconciling with your wife that literally no one else is talking about. and the 4 steps you need to take for your wife to see your change. So you can enroll in that masterclass. The link is down in the description. Click on the link, enroll today, and start that healing process so you can start showing up as the empowered man your wife needs. And finally, if you haven't done so before, I want to invite you to my free Marriage Support Group for Dads Facebook group. This is a community filled of amazing dads committed to avoiding divorce and reconnecting with their wife. You can find the link down below in the description. Click there, enroll in the group, and I look forward to seeing you on the inside. Congratulations on making it to the end of this video. If you've got any questions at all, post them down in the comments. And guys, let me know, where are you on that downward spiral in a marriage? And let me know, what have you been trying to save your marriage? Now, if you found this video useful, do me a favor, click the like button, subscribe to the channel, and smash the bell button to be notified each Tuesday when I release a new video. Now, with all that being said, I look forward to seeing you on the next video.